Oh, come on, you twat. Come on. Get in the bastard hole, you cunt charger bastard. Man, I'm just trying to fucking... me bastard laptop's not working. Do you know what? Anyway, how's it going? I didn't do a live last night. Like I said, it was my little fella's birthday. There we go. Sorry about that. Good morning. How are you doing? Right, let me see. Right, good morning. Okay, let me see. Come on. Morning. Oh, what's it called? Morning, Andrew. Oh, what's it called? Morning, Andrew. I'm just trying to find, where's all the bleeding music gone? Good morning, how are you doing? Good morning. Morning, cousin. You have to give me a minute. Normally I do this before I start. How you Conan? So yesterday, me little man was one last night, so by the time last night come around, I was absolutely bollocks, man. I'm not joking you. Honestly. You know, but he done very well yesterday, me lad. You know what I mean? He was spoiled just like I anticipated. You know. Hey, Emma. Nah, listen, like I said, 50 years old being a father again, it's different. It's a different kind of pressure. A different kind of stress, you know what I mean? But you know what? You can't get your boy's haircut until he's about 18 months, right? Now, Thomas's hair's in the shape of a mullet. It looks like it's been shaved there. It hasn't. It's just the way it's growing. What's the name of them haircuts that he had in Australia? Is it called a mullet? I think they look sick. You know, it's but the way his head is, it's long. It's crazy. Thomas's hair is exactly like Daniel's. Thomas's hair is like his. You know, and it's grown long at the back, and he's not had his first haircut yet. A mullet. Okay, yeah, I think he look cool. Hey, I was watching I've been watching a couple of things on Netflix, but there's a good one coming on Monday, and it's called The Hunt for, or The Americans and the Hunt for Bin Laden. It looks really good. Comes on Netflix on Monday. If you watch that Black Hawk Down one, I'd recommend it. It looks really good. You know, I love shit like that. You know, hey, if they can get Bin Laden, they can get the Kinahans. I reckon the Kinahans are in Iran or something, or Syria. I'm fucking telling you now, mate. You know, and they're gonna make a mistake one day, and they're gonna get extradited all the way to America, where all their assets will be frozen and they'll be thrown into a federal jail. And it couldn't have happened to nicer people. Yeah. Like I said, if you've got blood, me, I'd sooner go to prison for life rather than have a chance of getting into heaven. They're fucked. They'll never get into heaven, them. They've too much blood in their hands. Now, here, yesterday or the day before, somebody sent me an article that's in the Sunday papers in Ireland just gone, and a geezer called Keith Farrell. I know him. He won't be allowed back to Ballyfermot, I know that. Scott, how do you get a suspended sentence with 3,000 fucking images of children on your computer? How do you know something, yeah? There's people going out stealing in shops for their children, right? They're getting more for that than these dirty bastards. You know, they're getting away with it, and you know what? Some of the judges and all, they're dirty bastards there. Hey, what do you think about the Jeffrey Epstein files going missing? What do you reckon to that? Yeah. They've gone missing. So, it's not on file now, although it's documented. It's like there is no file. The file has been stolen. One of Her Majesty's finest, I'd imagine, because they don't want Anton coming back on Randy Andy. So not only did he kill his sister-in-law, now they're stealing fucking files. Randy fucking Andy, what? Come on, you fucking Bowsy, where are you? All I give up, I can't find it. Hey, Pablo. Not too bad, I suppose. You know, like Thomas, just getting it out of the way yesterday. I'm glad his is out of the way. I can't believe it, Pablo. He went from being in that NICU ward to grown into, he's 1 and he's wearing 18 to 24-month-old clothes. Yeah. And Keith Farrell, you dirty bastard. Anybody that ever bumped into you here, let that cunt know where he's from. Mia, Shit like that, just things like that don't just go missing, Andrew. I mean, it's file wiped. You know. And I guarantee you, if Prince Andrew had nothing to do with it, them files would be found. He's a royal. And more shit is coming out and coming out and coming out. And see Randy Andy. He's a strange one, him. You can always spot a ponce a mile away. Boy, how'd he do that? Hey, this guy was a proper ponce. And his brother, how funny is this? His brother was called Heavy and he weighs about 7 stone. Me balls are heavier than that. He got the right man for it. You know, it's like them radicals, like I says, they have this thing and it's called jihad, which is translates to holy war, and they believe that if they blow themselves to kingdom come, that they're going to paradise with 75 virgins. Listen, there's nowhere in the Quran that says when you fucking kill innocent people, or there's nowhere in the Bible that said if you blow up innocent people, you're going to fucking heaven. Get the fuck out of here, man. You're even as crazier than I am. If you think that. Alright, I'll put it to you another way. You're in bed with your wife. Sorry, your wives. Well, if your name's Alibaba, you have 7 wives. So anyway, so you're in your room. There's about 10 rooms in the gaff. Your brother, your sisters are sleeping with your cousins in the next room like they do over there or whatever. It's like your dog goes in and it's loads of soldiers that are looking for the target, and it's like, you know, you come anywhere near them, they're going to shoot you. You know, and they're letting loads of them bastards into Europe, you know, that have come from war-torn countries. Some of these cunts have decapitated people, and they're wandering around Dublin, Ireland, and England, free as a parrot. You know, it's fucking crazy over there. But then they bring their own bit of crazy to, like, I was watching this thing the other night, and this dirty animal, he was only in the country not even 3 months on a fucking visa. It's like, and he was studying engineering and something else. The cunt was probably being groomed to be a fucking suicide bomber or a bomb maker. You know, you can't tell. You know, it's fuck this country, man. It's multicolour. And it's the same in Ireland. Ireland's like fucking England now. You know. But, yeah, so, anyway, someone sent me a fucking article out of the Sunday paper. And it was a lad. Now, I never palled around with him because he was a ponce, right? I always knew there was, and this is crazy, right? Me and Luke were talking about this geezer last year, and I referred to him as a ponce. I said he was always weird, him. There's something weird about him. And then a few months later, he gets found with 3,000 images and a few videos, I'd imagine. Mia, if you're a dirty animal and you've got images of fucking kids on your fucking poxy computer, I bet you it wouldn't surprise me if you had fucking videos as well. And that cunt won't be able to go back to where he's from. You know, once you cross that line, hey Stephen, once you cross that line, like when it comes to fucking children, yeah, fuck no, bro. There's no coming back from that. Hey Pablo, did you see that? Keith Farrell. Me and Luke were only ripping him to bits last year. I was saying that he's fucking weird. you know, proper knob, you know. But I don't understand how somebody can go out and steal an item of clothing for their children and get prosecuted and sent to prison for it. And then you have a scumbag that's found with 3,000 indecent images on his fucking whatever, phone or laptop, and he gets a pass. A slap on the... One of them. Look, smack your own hand. It's like saying to someone, here, go on, just smack your hand for what you did. Go on, you're right, fuck it. You know. Like Scott would say, from predator exposure, quit your jibber jabber. Your tickle tackle. Yeah, see you, sunshine, you is fucked. We are predator exposure and we've just exposed your fucking ass, mate. I'd let a look. Do you know something? You'd want to meet a cunt like that. You know, pretend to be a teenage girl and get him to meet you. Bait him if you have to. And he'll turn up. Yeah, here, mate. You're going to be sorry you turned up. I do watch them hunter groups sometimes. There's one on Facebook. They're called Exposure. Predator Exposure. They're an English hunter group that monitor online activities between children and adults. Like if you send a 16-year-old 2 fucking messages, that's grooming. Do you understand? You know, why the fuck would any man want to talk to a child? You know, it's a fucking illness. You have to be sick in the fucking head, mate, to get at for sexual gratification. And some of these cunts, yeah, it's an illness. You know, like what, mate? There's loads of websites out there to get yourself a fucking chick. You know, leave our kids alone, you fucking animal. But yeah, so a man gets caught with 3,000 images and he gets a suspended sentence. Like, how is that even? You know, it doesn't fit the crime. You know, that cunt should be blinded. That's the best thing to do to a pedo, blind them. That way they can't look at another girl or another boy again. Now you can't look because you're blind. I think that's the best cure rather than castrating them. Just blind them. Hey, you can't hit what you can't see, right? Me personally, line them up against the wall, give me a machine gun and I'll fucking do it for free. Pedo game. Lock 6 of them up and get yourself a secure website, what? On the dark web, what? Hey, do you know loads of people that pay to see child molesters get tortured in creative ways? Here, it's a new thing in Japan. You know, you go catch a pedo, you put him in a sea, and you have a kettle of scalding water, a big fuck-off poker in a fire, or you have other creative shit. The amount of people that'd pay you to blind him while they watch. It's called the dark web. There's some dark shit on it. Not that I know anything about it, but yeah, all I know is it's dark. That's why it's called the dark web. You know, and I think that's the best punishment for them. Do you know what I was watching again? And I've seen this before, right? I was watching that thing about fucking Kim Jong's fucking half-brother in a Malaysian airport where he played fucking patty cake on his face with a fucking chemical agent. Like, it's crazy. I've seen it before, but I was watching it again this morning and I was like, damn cunts, mate. You know what I mean? One girl walks up to him with a bottle, a spray bottle. You know, they thought it was water. They thought it was a prank. They were getting $100 for it. But it was some fucking chemical agent he'd put on his fucking face. You know, crazy, man. Well, Pablo, listen to me, yeah. Rather than me half brother coming to cause a queue in the country and trying to overthrow me, if I get somebody to kill him, then I don't have to worry about him coming for me one day. Clear it out all you eliminate, and there you go. And I tell you what, you see his sister, she is a right cunt. She's the real Cruella de Vil. You know King Jong's sister, see her, she's the most powerful woman in Korea here. She looks like fucking Medusa, mate. I'd fucking stick my head down. It's like I wouldn't even try. Don't look that cunt in the eye. You turn to stone. She's what you call a proper Black Widow spider. Super rich and super dangerous. And when she humps her lovers, she eats them. You know. Fuck that, man. But yeah, this thing that I was sent yesterday or the night before about Keith Farrell, I was like, wow, like how can you let somebody, like, how can that be justice? 3,000 indecent images and he gets a suspended sentence. He walks out of that court. Castration isn't enough, Ben. You need to take that eyesight. You can keep your balls. You can't touch and you can't see. So that eyesight is better. That's a much more creative punishment for paedophiles rather than castration. You know, take that eyesight. Then they can't. You're leaving nothing to chance then. You know, that's what I do with one of them, and that's what should be done with them. You know, because it's an illness. All right, then, mate. Let's have your eyes today, then. Go on, then. Now you can't see, children. Now you can't scroll the dark web. Why? Because you can't fucking see. But, like I said, that's not justice, man. See, Ireland, it's like, I think it's because the jails are too full. You know, it's like, because the punishment doesn't fit the crime. You know, and that is the worst thing anybody could call you in the world. You know, there's only, you telling people is one thing. But if you're on the sex offenders register here, everybody that's noble and aware should give you a wide berth, because you can't, like I said, kids are precious, and so, like, you don't, people always seem to go for the most vulnerable citizens in societies, like our children. And we teach our kids here, don't talk to strangers, and most of the 7 out of 10 times, the kids know the person. You're told not to talk to strangers, but you get cunts that are family members that are fucking, that you don't even realise could be a threat to your own family. Max, take their eyesight. That's the best thing to do. You know what I mean? Everybody's a winner then. It's like, because they can't see what they're doing. And you can't touch what you can't hear. Or you can't see. You can't touch something if you can't see it. And that's the best punishment for them. That's what they should put on the table in another 30 years. Take their eyesight. Fuck their balls. That's not going to deter them here. Yeah, take their eyesight. Man United last night 1-1. Real Sociedad. I thought you were going to get beat last night. Football's over this season. I've even bought my jersey. Yeah. Underneath that, you see there, look, it's just burnt underneath there because it's a wash this season. So I said, fuck it, and I set her on fire. Excuse me, My bad. Right, so what am I gonna watch? I don't know. I was gonna do me hour, but I can't be asked in all fairness. Uh, I wonder is Raymond over his 70 yet, and Lena. Oh, stop. Fuck knows, bro. But that's what I'm probably going to do. I'm going to watch a few things on Netflix. There's a couple of things that I need to catch up with, so that's what I'm going to do. Yeah. That thing, though, that's coming out on Monday, it's called America and the Hunt for Bin Laden. It's only come out in 2025. It's only new out on Netflix, and it looks really good. I watched that one about Black Hawk Down. That was fucking brilliant as well. Can you imagine being in a fucking helicopter, right, and you're about to drop over onto a fucking building next to the wall? The tail is hit with a fucking RPG and the fucking helicopter is spinning. We're going down. Fucking right, you're going down. And then to make things worse, you're looking down and there's hundreds of people firing up at you. You know what I mean? You're going down all right, mate. You better hope that you land on the fucking roof and no one sees you. You know. But like I said, Pablo, Mio, if the feds want you, they'll get you. Because they've limited resources, unlimited resources, and they won't stop. You know, they did it with Saddam Hussein, Gaddafi, Bin Laden, catching the Kinahans. They'll make a mistake one day. When they run out of cash, he'll stick his head out of a hole. They labelled him the Pacer, didn't they? You know, like the most wanted man in the world. And he got him. But I tell you what, if you like watching shit about wars and stuff, this thing that's coming on Monday, watch it. It looks really good. I watched something there last week called Mercy, and it was all about an army medic. Pablo, that doesn't surprise me. They've got offices all over the fucking world, bro. You know, it's like these cunts are like sleepers. It's like I said, a lot of people that are in Ireland at the moment have come from war-torn situations where they, on a Friday for entertainment, you know, they used to watch women get fucking whipped, you know, and flogged and stoned, you know, Sharia law. Mia, I tell you one thing, see, Islam is the biggest grown religion in the world. And it's scary because these radicals, they truly believe that if they blow themselves up, that they're going to paradise with 75 virgins. Here, listen to me, mate. You follow the same commandments of us. It doesn't say in the Bible or the Quran, if you kill someone, you get a pass. It doesn't work that way. Maybe if it's war, it doesn't count, right? You know, but them crazy bastards over there, it's like they're walking away from, you know, they're coming into the country illegal, you know. Do you not think, like I said, loads of them illegals that get into this country have not come from war situations? They've seen horrendous things, worse than you'll ever see. They've done horrendous things, worse than you'll ever do. Committed atrocities. Some might call it eradication, ethnic cleansing. Yeah, if you're a soldier, no matter what colour over there, they're going to cleanse you. They're going to cut your head off and they're going to take your dog tags and get 25 grand for them. Well, like I said, man, it's like the amount I'm a foreigner in the UK, right? It's like, and you're a foreigner in this country, regardless where you come from. You're not British, so you're foreign. I've been here 20 years. I've been here longer than I've been in Ireland. I'd like to thank all my family yesterday for spoiling me son. Thank you very much. Yeah, Stevie knows his shit, alright. So, I'd like to tell my daughter that I love you, but I will never forgive you for bringing that cunt Mrs. Rachel into my home. I'm so happy, and nothing's gonna bring me down today. Icky, sticky, bubble gum, bubble. Do you know what now? My missus had to correct me. I kept singing, icky, sticky, bubble gum. Icky, sticky. She said, Jude, I was like, icky, sticky, Mickey, bubble gum. Here, do you know what's bad? When you know the fucking dancers and all. You know, serious. Icky, sticky, bubble gum, bubble gum, bubble gum. Icky, sticky, bubble gum. And you pull it, and you pull it, and you pull it away. Fuck off. You know something? I know the fucking dancers. I know the fucking, and it's like I can't get it out of my head. That's when you know things are bad. Once you know the dance, you're fucked. You know, like I always said, you know, my son is not a gay. I don't want him playing with dolls. You know, I don't. Mere action men. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, like icky, sticky, bubble gum, bubble. I was saying icky, sticky, bubble gum. You know, this cunt, she must be super rich because them dolls. Scott, it's a little fucking pink doll, yeah, with a pair of blue dungarees and a pink fucking jumper. And yeah, I remember when me son Dylan years ago, he was into Barney. Right now, you know when something new comes out for the kids or the grandkids, you're gonna get it for them, right? Because next door, little Joey next door has one, and here, my man next door has one here. My son's having one too. You know, but I'm so happy. Yeah, can't you tell? And nothing's gonna bring me down today. I said to my daughter, do you know what? I love you so much, but you know what? I fucking hate you for bringing that in here. You know, because now look, I can't even go to sleep. Do you know what? Do you know that bastard doll invades my dream? That doll is like Chucky. You know, icky, sticky, bubble gum, bubble gum. How are you, Mr. Hello, Mr. Bonsai. Shout out to Mr. Miyagi. Now listen, my life's over. You know, like I was cruising in grandfather mode. You know, I was living the dream. I was like, Jude, you always knew one day this was gonna come. You always knew you were gonna be a granddad one day. You know, now the time has come. Enjoy it. I wasn't even a granddad 6 weeks. And me missus told me she was pregnant. I was like, what are you telling me for? That one's not going to work this time. DNA test? No, that one's not even going to work. You know, I don't want to put the mockers on my son's beautiful face, but he's handsome. And he's got more teeth than daddy has, and he's only one. You know, but I'll tell you what, he won't be a little tug or a little bowsy. You know, he'll have manners put into him. You know, and he'll go to Clayton boxing gym. You know, and in that gym here, you know, if you answer up or you swear, you say bollocks or cunt or pig or fuck, you're getting on that floor and doing 50 fucking push-ups, mate, even if you're 60. You know, there's rules and there's signs on the wall. Not, you know, boxing's for gentlemen. You know, and you carry yourself a certain way. You're not special, right? That sign is for everybody. You know, and like I said, this gym, it's like it's already produced a few Olympians. You know, it's like they moved Ardwick Lads Gym in Beswick, the one that Paddy Doherty used to go to. Remember when Paddy Doherty was on that thing, Britain's Deadliest Man with Danny Dyer? That was the boxing club, right, in Beswick. 30 years ago it's been there. My two brothers went to it. Right? Not the one in Clayton. I've been up there. I haven't been to the one in Ardwick Lads. Well, I've been to it, but I didn't train. When my brother, he trained with loads of gypsies years ago. And then the lad that he trained with, Davy Keenan, ended up growing up, and 30 years later, he has his own gym up there, and there's loads of gypsy kids. And I truly believe that once you set standards for the kids, you know, and you tell them, listen, leave your ego at the door, okay? Because there's kids in here trying to go to the Olympics. And if you come in here with a bad attitude, you can go back out you can go back out the same door you come in. Leave your attitude at the door, okay? This gym is for winners. What are you talking for? Come here, what have you got your phone out for? Shut up and train. Good morning, love. That's what you do. You're here to train. Put your phone away. Quit your jibber jabber till you get outside. Here. You know, your dad's paying £3 an hour for you. Your father wants you to shut up because you talk a lot when you're at home. So now train. Oh, you want to give me lip, do you? Hang on a minute. Hello. Where's your cunt star? Where's the phone? I'm ringing your dad. Hello? Bro, I'm doing fucking training. Just as well I wasn't ringing. But I tell you what, it's a good initiative because a lot of these kids, their daddies are tough gypsies and they get smacking them out. You know, like I said here, a lot of gypsies get a bad name, right? But I'll tell you what, you see in this gym, everyone's treated the same. And here, whether you're a gypsy or a countryman, if you swear, and you'll get a smack into the face too. And it doesn't matter who's with you. That's the rules for everybody. If you swear in that gym, everybody will just stop and look at you. You know, and that's the way you have it there. Everything's about respect. You know what I mean? Listen, kids don't go to a gym to learn bad language. Do you hear what I'm saying? Now, if the gym is for adults, do you understand? This gym is purposely to get a few kids that have come off the street that just need a bit of a shine and a polish, and they'll go to the Olympics one day, and that's a standard there. They set themselves for, you know. That's the standard they set for the kids there, you know, which is going to the Olympics. You know, like you imagine like one of the kids out of the gym going to the Olympics. You know, all the other kids want to train with that kid. Do you hear what I'm saying? You know, they're there to learn. Like I said, a lot of gypsies have a bad reputation, yeah. But I tell you what, you see in that gym, you won't hear gypsies swearing the kids, even though they swear all the time. Because there's rules. Their daddy has been to this gym. And it's the same principles, morals, and code. Listen, there's kids in here that are good kids that are here to learn. They didn't come here to learn how to swear or use profanity. Do you understand? It's not allowed or tolerated in this gym because if you can't follow simple instructions off a wall, how are you going to fucking listen to a coach? How are you, Jay? Nah, listen to me. Like I said, there's like in the city, especially like when I first come here, you know, it's like there's loads of settled gypsies in Manchester, like that don't live in caravans, they live in houses, you know, and they want They want the same what we want for our best. You know, they have dreams as well. Even gypsies have dreams. You know, there's no difference between gypsies and you. Society puts stigma on them. It's just like saying every gypsy will rob. That's just like saying every gypsy. They're all, you don't hire them with the same brush because there's good and bad in every community, you know. But in Manchester, especially beside the Etihad, there's more gypsies on the south side of the city, no, the east side, than anywhere else in Manchester. There's a few in Salford, but there's loads on this side, and most of their kids go to this gym. You know, a lot of these kids have grown up getting punched in the face, and Davy Keenan's lad would say he'll definitely go to the Olympics. This kid, mate, Andrew, wow, he's gifted hands. You know what I mean? Listen, what's your problem? Here, tell you what, you're an adult, right? There's a geezer there, right? That's 14, right? Here, there's 10-ounce gloves. Get in with him. Hey, I'd put headgear on you if I was you. Yeah. Now, you don't need to put any on this kid. This kid will light you up. You know, and it's like a lot of these kids, like, you know, they're very good at following commands and instructions and direction. And your number one, all you need to do is read what's up. Shut up and train. You're here to, or you're not here to learn other kids how to swear either. You swear in this gym, yeah? Every time you'll get 50 on get on your back, mate, or your knees. Push-ups, sit-ups, you get fucking drilled. Fuck! Just as be on the fucking floor like that. You'd see me and you'd hear me. But yeah. But that's the best way. Look, the only way to set rules and to have discipline in the gym is by following orders and protocol. And you're no different to anybody in here. You're either here for two things. You're here to talk or train. Which one is it? Which one is it? Well, if it's for talking, fuck off! Right, I'm going to go. And thanks all for coming in. And I'll see you later on. Well, we might do. Yeah, it's like I'm going to go and watch something on Netflix. But Pablo, that thing that's coming on Monday, watch it. It's called America and the Hunger Bin Laden. You know, I love watching shit like that. You know. Anytime there's a war documentary on fucking Netflix, man, I'll watch it. Or anything to do with war, I'll watch it because I find it interesting. You know. It's crazy. What does war? What? You know the biggest what's the word I'm using for? All right, put it this way. You know, in Syria, all right, you know when you have Afghanistan, Iraq, Syria, Iran, right? Anytime the English or the Americans went over there, right, and interfered in international affairs, once there's a war started, with overnight there's 600 million refugees, or 5 or 6 million refugees. You know, and out of them 5 or 6 million, do you know how many of them are children? Over half, and half of them are going to die all because of war. Because they won't let aid into any countries. And that's what happened back in 93 in fucking, in Mogadishu, in fucking Somalia. You know, like my uncle went over in 82 to help Beirut, him and all his mates, peacekeeping force. They all went over to Lebanon to help out because aid wasn't getting through. Do you hear what I'm saying? It was getting fucking stolen and sold on the black market. People were starving to death. So somebody had to do something, but you know, it come at a cost. Like, if you think of all the trillionaires on this planet, right, and billionaires, and there's fucking countries starving to death. You know, so the aid wasn't getting in. So basically, that whole Black Hawk Down documentary, man, it shows you from start to the end where they were there to try to help them get the aid through to the country because there was kids fucking starving, you know, dying. It's like, yeah, they went and they had a HVT, like a high value target, you know, and it was a kill or capture mission, you know. It's like, and then it become a recovery mission, but it's fucking brilliant. But anyway, listen, it's Friday. I hope you all have a great weekend. I'm pissing off now, and I'll probably see you later on. Uh, well, Pablo, this is what I'm saying. It's like that documentary I watched. It was all about Mogadishu and Somalia in 1993. It's like they were over there to help food convoys get through, you know. But you had different militias that were fucking and guerrillas, bro. Over there, they slaughtered loads of the people. Like, it's like fucking genocide, you know. Like, what they were doing was they were killing villages of fucking families, sparing the children and kids from 7 to 15, bro. Were carrying fucking AK-47s. They were giving the kids cocaine and heroin and fucking all sorts. You know, it's sad, man. Like, if you look at your mama Gabi, you know, another fucking dictator, ruler, tyrant, bro, and they suffocate people from breathing. They cut off their water, their aid, their food. Bro, you've no food for your kids. You're gonna kill the fucking... What are you meant to do? You know, if there's no food getting in or fucking... You know what I mean? You have to do... Somebody has to do something. You know, there's kids over there, mate. Millions of them died because there's no food or drink. You know, so like I said, it's important that you have world aid and you have fucking eyes on areas like that. But if you can't get convoys through with aid, you're gonna have to fucking protect those convoys. But what happens when for every one of you, there's 20 of them? Anyway, here I'm gonna go. We're away. Joe McDonald's my name, and I am not a gay.